Welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and here are some of the stories we have for you tonight. Senator Hansen off a general election ballot. Feds release $165 million in VI rum taxes. And the Education After Hours Expo. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
News Channel 8 is brought to you by Omega XL. Experience Larry King's breakthrough secret to joint pain relief, Omega XL. To order or find out more information, call 1-800-298-1647 or check us out at asseenonchanel8.com.
In tonight's top story, Election Supervisor Caroline Fox says a court order mandated Senator Alicia Hansen name off the ballot. So despite the governor's pardon, a new court order is needed to get her back on the ballot.
After reviewing the two court orders that I got one from the Supreme and one from the Superior. The Superior Court and the Supreme particularly state the order of the Supervisor of Election to set aside the nomination papers for Alicia Chucky Hansen and remove the name from the general election ballot for the 31st legislature of 2014. So that's what I did. I had two court orders, and I have to follow the court order, and I assume a court order will be needed to put her back on the ballot. We're just getting prepared for the general election. We're counting down. We're less than 55 days out, a couple of days out. And so we got to prepare for the general election going forward. I know folks don't understand, but a lot of the preparation is not done on the island. We do what we need here, and it goes off to this company because the ballots are printed in the States. And because we have the UCAVA deadline, which is September 20th, the ballots have to be ready before then so they could get out to the military and the overseas persons. So that's the deadline we're working with right now. September 10th, I have to give an update to the U.S. Attorney General's office. Reference, I think it was under consent decree. So on September 10th and again on September 22nd, I have to give an update of the status of the ballot, how many folks apply for the military overseas, and to get the ballots out to them. With technology, I would say it's a little easier. We're going to do email for those that request it and mail it out U.S. Post Office as quickly as we can. And then we're into the preparation for absentee. We also have a new law that we got to look into, early voting. So it's going to be busy days ahead, but we're doing our best to prepare for the general election and correct some of the deficiencies that we had in the primary that wasn't really major, but it helps us to improve on our process and procedures. So the boards are looking at some of those. They had judges meeting in St. Thomas this past Saturday, to meet with the judges and get feedback of what went well, what didn't go well. St. Croix had done theirs a couple of weeks ago. And then the next phase is the board's going to conduct an audit, check 10% or a number percent of the polling places against the jump drive, the tape and the ballots themselves to make sure all the numbers are in sync. And so we look forward to the time, busy times ahead.
We now hear from Senator Hansen attorney Lee Rohn on this matter.
Sunday, we filed with the Federal District Court of the Virgin Islands District of St. Croix on behalf of various voters of the Virgin Islands a motion for an action for temporary restraining order, preliminary injunction, permanent injunction, and declaratory judgment, asking Judge Wilma Lewis to rule that the pardon requires Senator Hansen to be placed on the ballot so that the constitutional rights of the voters of the Virgin Islands are not harmed by the fact that they can't vote for the candidate of their choice. Today, we also filed in the same court a request for a similar relief on behalf of Senator Hansen in the fact that she has been granted a pardon, which is if she was never convicted of the crime and the actions of the Board of Elections and particularly Ms. Caroline Fox have deprived her of her right to run for Senate.
In other news, the territory is set to get a much-needed rum cover-over funds from the U.S. Department of Interior's Office of Insular Affairs. But it's all headed straight to the government's operating budget and debt service. Long-standing federal legislation encourages the territory to offer tax breaks in exchange for rum companies to set up here. At the same time, the federal government collects $13.50 in excise tax for every proof gallon of alcohol imported into the United States. By law, it returns at least $10.50 per proof gallon to the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, in accordance with the level of importation. Another $2.75 per gallon, bringing the rate of cover over to $13.25 per gallon, must be approved by Congress every 2 years in tax extender legislation that includes a wide array of temporary tax provisions. The VI government submits its advance estimate of the rum excise tax to the U.S. Department of Interior's Office of Insular Affairs on an annual basis so that payment can be made in September of each fiscal year, according to the Office of Insular Affairs. Last week, the VI-PD was very busy as they responded to a large number of incidents. Tonight, we hear from St. Croix Chief of Police James Paris, who is ensuring the public that they are engaged with each incident and expect to bring a positive closure.
This is St. Croix Police Chief James Paris. I recognize that there have been a rash of incidents that are quite concerning to us as your law enforcement entity and to you in our community. You can be assured that we are engaging each and every incident and expect to bring positive closure to those that have already occurred and make every attempt to prevent any further incidents of a similar nature. The police commissioner has made some necessary adjustments for the department, therefore allowing for added visibility on our street. We have employed the assistance of other law enforcement and affiliated agencies within and around the Virgin Islands. However, we are asking you in our community to be ever vigilant in your everyday activities. Be always aware of your surroundings and report any and every unusual incident immediately to the 911, as none is too small or minor to report. Your police department will continue to engage that criminal element that is intent on upsetting the tranquility of these Virgin Islands.
Stay tuned. We have more news right after this.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Welcome back to News Channel 8. Recently on Straight Talk radio show, Commissioner of Human Services Chris Finch spoke on the department plans for expansion for Medicaid in the territory.
You know, certainly people struggling to pay their utility bills. I mean, you know, we have some hope on the horizon that those will go down, but that has been something that has been ever increasing. One area is excitement that we've been able to do some things about and have a lot more planned is the expansion of Medicaid. You know, through the parts of the Affordable Care Act that we were able to move on. Now, my department's responsibility under that is the Medicaid piece, and that is a piece that we sort of got the most help on. We've done 2 expansions. We have 2 more planned, and a number of enhancement. We've added a lot of providers. We've added services that we cover, and so in terms of being able to improve health security, so you'll see those numbers go way up. It's the number of people who are covered, but we have to remember these are not sort of new people that used to have health insurance for the most part. These are all people that fell under the uncompensated care category, and we're going to be able to give more and more of them health security. So it's you know, before their health bills were being picked up by the government one way or the other, but they had no ability to go to pharmacy. They would avoid preventive care, no way to pay, and that's a metric we can change, and add those folks once we're able to, you know, fully expand Medicaid. And we're working on this every single day.
Well, it's the biggest. You know, you talk to the director of personnel, which I've had here several times, and I said to him, and I asked him clearly, if you took a look at just the problem that we're having with the retirement system, it's now up to $2 billion unfunded liability. And I said, if you took in every factor regarding medical costs in the Virgin Islands and you were to compare it with the disaster that we're having with the retirement system, he said that the medical situation is more critical. The hospital is losing $1.5 million a month. I don't care whether you run the hospital like the Mayo Clinic. If you can't pay for it, and 37% of the people who walk in that hospital don't have insurance, you're not going to be able to make it work.
Right, and
in
so
such areas.
Right, exactly, and so that's one piece that we're working hard on changing is to reduce that number of people without coverage to be able to cover under Medicaid, and that's something that Obamacare provided for us. But one more piece from your earlier question, you know, our population is rapidly aging. And the number of people over 65 is a pretty significant portion of
Look
the
at us.
population.
Look at you and I. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
And we haven't been able to expand services to senior citizens to anywhere near what we would have wanted to do, and that leaves a lot of pressure on everybody. Those people who are providing for their elder loved ones that are feeling that they need some more support than they're able to get, and then particularly those people who are elderly and alone, who need intensive supports, and particularly as people are no longer able to live independently. That's where we still have an enormous need. I don't know that it's growing, but it's certainly not getting any smaller.
Students of the Virgin Islands who participated in the Governor's Summer Reading Challenge are reminded that the deadline to submit the tracking sheets associated with the challenge is Tuesday, September 9th. Tracking sheets can be dropped off to the office of the governor in both islands, the public libraries, and at their prospective school office. Stay tuned for more news right after this.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
This past Friday, the Department of Education held their first Education After Hours Expo. Let's take a look.
Very excited that we have a very good turnout here at the Education After Hours event. Good opportunity to be able to get a good bird's eye view of the entire Department of Education. It was a very good idea by Commissioner Gregory to be able to make sure that we get to showcase a lot of the things that we do within the department.
Hi, welcome to the Department of Education, St. Croix District's table. I'm Maria Encarnacion, Deputy Superintendent, and I'm so happy to be here this evening to share with the community what the St. Croix District is doing this school year. We're so excited. We started off the school year on a very good footing, a smooth opening, professional development. Our teachers are excited and ready to get going. At the table, we have curriculum and instruction, alternative education, parent and community, safe schools, those are some of the divisions that we're going to be showcasing this evening. But we're so happy that we have a good crowd here that's coming to learn what they can about the department and how they can assist us in the partnership. So we're real excited about tonight. Our commissioner just arrived, so I'm sure she'll be greeting those in attendance in a while. But again, welcome to our first Education After Hours. We had similar events on St. Thomas and St. John last week, and now we're all on the Big Island. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Sum to speak briefly on alternative education.
Thank you, Deputy Superintendent Encarnacion. We are always pleased to participate in district activities to explain to the public what the St. Croix Alternative Education Program is about. It's not what people think. We don't get many opportunities to toot our horn. It's a redesigned program since March of 2010, and we are so pleased that we have changed wraparound services, changed alternative education to include wraparound services and online learning so that we can move our disadvantaged students who suffer from maladaptive behaviors forward towards graduation. So we work hand in hand with the department to offer our students a second chance to improve behavior and focus on learning so that they can graduate and become productive members of our society. We are again pleased to be here at this event to explain to the viewing and listening public what the redesigned alternative education program was like.
So good evening, and I'm here at the Education After Hours. This is our third Education After Hours since school started. We started the Education After Hours in the St. Thomas St. John district. We started in St. John, and we did St. Thomas, and now we're in St. Croix. I'm very pleased with the folks that I see coming in and out. It seems to be well attended. Of course, the purpose of our Education After Hours is to share with the community, parents, and all of our stakeholders what we've been doing in the Department of Education for the past few months. This Education After Hours also will share with our community the rollout of our strategic plan. We are very excited about our strategic plan, and we are now working on our action items, and we want to share with parents and all concerned what we're truly doing here in the department. So we have all of our state stakeholders here. They have tables set up with all of the work that we've been doing in the department, as well as the district. We have our students here. They prepare the food, and we have some our students from the Central High School. Their jazz band is playing for us. So this is a wonderful event, and I'm very happy and pleased that we were able to do it, and that the community is actually out here supporting us. Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. We have your weather coming up next.
Your weather coming up next. Your weather.
And here's a look at your local weather.
Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms before 8 p.m., then isolated showers. Partly cloudy with a low around 82. East wind 15 to 18 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New rainfall amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch, except higher amounts possible in thunderstorms. Tuesday, isolated showers. Mostly sunny with a high near 84. East-southeast wind 10 to 13 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Tuesday night, isolated showers. Partly cloudy with a low around 82. East wind 13 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 10%. Wednesday, isolated showers. Sunny with a high near 84. East wind around 14 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 10%. And on Wednesday night, isolated showers. Partly cloudy with a low around 82. East wind around 16 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. This is Cheryl Francis with your Channel 8 News Weather.
Thank you very much for tuning in. Do not forget to like us on Facebook at WSVI-CH8. And also follow us on Twitter at WSVI-TV News Channel 8. Be sure to subscribe to Channel 8 on your YouTube at WSVI-TV News Channel 8. Watch us on your computer. Plus, use the free Dish Anywhere app to DVR us or see us anywhere in the world on your smartphone or tablet. I'm Junior Garcia, and World News is up next. Good night, Virgin Islands.
News Channel 8 is brought to you by Omega XL. Experience Larry King's breakthrough secret to joint pain relief, Omega XL. To order or find out more information, call 1-800-298-1647 or check us out at asseenonchanel8.com.